Hello boys and girls, and welcome to our second capsule. Today we are going to work on unit number 2, Live by the Rules. Talk about household chores, okay? Household chores means all the activities we have to do in our houses. Here we have some examples of them. Some are related to taking care of our family or cooking for our family, cleaning and maintaining our house in good conditions. In this unit, we will talk about daily life. Ask for, give and refuse permission. Write a personal opinion essay. First of all, we have to make the difference between two important words, okay? The first one is have to do. So this one indicates responsibility. In this case, we are talking about something we know we have to do, and we use have to when we are expected to do something because of external obligations and responsibilities. So, external obligations and responsibilities. Pay attention to these. For example, I have to go to work, children have to go to school, we have to collect the children from school, I have to go, I'll be late. When we talk about obligation, we use must do. In this case, we use must do for things we feel are necessary or important. They express the speaker's opinion about what needs to be done and what is right. Okay, in this case, we are talking about obligation. Here we have some examples. Maybe you remember this because you knew it from previous years. So here we have some examples. Pay attention. I must go and visit my mom. I must send him a birthday card. The exam is coming soon. I must study more. You must say sorry. You really hurt his feelings. Then we are going to use the negative forms. In this case, we are going to practice don't have to. So the meaning of this don't have to is not required. Okay? So take a look at this saying. It says, growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. In this case, we have don't have to. We use don't have to when there is no responsibility or expectation, when we have a choice. I don't have to go to work today. I don't get up early tomorrow morning. Then we are going to take a look at this one, mustn't do. So the negative form of must. So this one indicates prohibition. We use mustn't to say that something is not allowed or permitted. You mustn't drive while drunk, of course. You mustn't fight in school. Okay, there's a prohibition to do that. Okay, there are rules against that. Then we have don't have to or mustn't. We use it for rules, choice, personal feelings, strong opinion, external responsibility, like responsibilities you have from work or from school. Now, you have these contents at the end of your book, and here you have some grammatical explanations for you to make it easier to do. And here we have the affirmative, negative, and interrogative form of have to. In the first case, with the pronouns I, you, we, you for plural, and they, we use have to. And then we put a verb in the basic form. In this case, for example, I have to walk the dog. Then, when we use it with the third person singular, he, she, or it, we use has to. She has to walk the door. Okay? When we use it in a negative form, the same division. Okay? I, you, we, you, they. Don't have to. Walk the dog. We use the same activity. And with the singular, third person singular, he, she, it, we use doesn't have to. She doesn't have to walk the dog. Okay, there is no necessity for that. It is not required. Then when we do it in an interrogative way, we do I have to walk the dog? Do you have to walk the dog? Do we or do they have to walk the dog? And in the other case, with he, she, and it, we use the auxiliary verb does. Does she have to walk the dog? Okay, So, when we make a question, we also have short answers. For example, does she have to walk the dog? No, she doesn't. Or yes, she does. Or in this case, do we have to walk the dog? No, you don't. Okay? Or yes, you do. Now we have here some explanations about how to use it, okay, in different contexts. For example, have to is followed by the base form of the verb, okay, what I explained before, walk, that is the base form, forma base del verbo, infinitivo, okay, he has to walk the dog. The negative and interrogative forms and short answers are formed using the auxiliary do or does. Para preguntar o para negar, voy a necesitar los verbos auxiliares do and does. Do para estos pronombres and does para estos pronombres. Okay? I don't have to sweep the floor today. Do you have to get Sally a present? Yes, I do. No, I don't. In number 3, we have to isn't a modal verb and can be used in all tenses. I'll have to do work experience first. Will we have to get up early? They had to get to the station early. Cleo didn't have to go with him. Okay? So we can use it in different tenses. That means I'll have to do work experience first. This is a future tense. Okay? Future tense. Will we have to get up early? Future tense. They had to get to the station early, had simple past. And negative simple past, Cleo didn't have to go with him. We use have to speak about laws, rules, and obligations imposed by external conditions or by others. This means we use have to, okay, when we talk about laws, leyes, rules, okay? Obligations, external conditions, okay? We don't decide. We are mandated to do that. Mrs. West says we have to read it. You have to insert a password for this site. It's not your decision. It's an external condition. And in number 5 it says we use negative form, don't, doesn't have to indicate a lack of obligation or necessity. Falta de obligación o necesidad. That's the way we use don't have to or doesn't have to. You don't have to walk the dog. Faith did it this morning. I didn't have to download the program. It worked without it. Now, in the case of must and must not or mustn't, we don't have any differences between the pronouns, okay? So they all work with the same words. We don't have to change. We don't need to change it, okay? And next to the verb must, we use the verb in the base form, okay? We use the verb in infinitive, the base form. Now, in which conditions do I have to use it? Must is a modal verb and follows all the rules of modal verbs. So in this case, we use we must send a thank you letter. We mustn't put liquids into your carry-on bag. In the interrogative form, we prefer to use have to rather than must, which is rarely used in more emphatic. What do we have to do? We use must to. ¿Para qué usamos el must? To give orders. You must arrive at 9 a.m. To give advice. You must see this movie. Okay, I'm giving an advice or a recommendation. Then, advice or notices and regulations. Students must not bring cell phones into the exam room. Okay, so this is a short summary of the grammar structures we are going to learn during this unit. And now, take a look at the vocabulary you are supposed to practice during this month. In this unit, as I told you before, we are going to work with household and house chores. That means the activities we do in our houses. We keep our houses clean, okay? We take care of other members of the family. So here you have all the important words. Babysit your little sister or brother, charge your phone, take your meal, chop vegetables, do your homework, do the grocery shopping, look for your keys, make breakfast, put the vacuum cleaner away, sort the recycling, sweep the floor, tidy up, tidy your room, unload the groceries, walk the dog, water the plants. And also we are going to make the difference about these two words, make and do. They are synonyms in many cases, but we use it in different contexts, okay? And in this unit, we are going to make the difference between the two of them. For example, how can I combine make or do with these? Okay, do karate, do some exercise, do the cleaning, do your best, do your homework. Make a cup of tea, make a decision, make a mistake, make pizza, make a plan. Make friends, make money, make noise. These kind of sentences are called in English collocation. So boys and girls, this is all for today. And don't forget to write down all the words that you don't know and find the meanings. During our classes, we are going to complete all the vocabularies and you can solve all your doubts. Bye-bye, see you next week.